Hey everybody, this is Ryan Mallory with SharePlanner.com on the YouTube channel today doing another video. I'm going to talk about the FAANGs, and that's Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google, talk about the S&P 500, some market information, and then probably, I don't know, if I feel up to it, I'll probably throw in a couple extra stocks too that are kind of been in the news lately. Uh, the S&P 500, this is a dull day today. I mean, the volume is super low, very uninteresting. It's been like that pretty much the whole week. You look at the S&P 500 on the daily chart, you can see 5 days where the market really just didn't do anything. It just sold off every day, intraday, just kept selling off. You had a pop yesterday. Mainly that pop came in like the last couple of minutes of trading. Otherwise, that would have been a pretty dull day too. And then today you have more consolidation here. We're actually dipping below the 5-day moving average, which I don't like. So I want to see how we close to see if we can recapture that 5-day moving average before we hit up the weekend. Obviously, the summer volume is already kicking in. People are growing uninterested in this market. You're probably going to see that a lot for the next few months, probably through August before the kids go back. People are at the Hamptons, people, hitting road trips, whatever. Nonetheless, the stock market isn't always on people's minds, so you see a lot less volatility in the market as a whole. You get back after a Labor Day weekend, you start seeing things really pick up a lot more. But that doesn't mean that you can't have rallies in the summer. You can definitely have rallies. You see rallies in the summertime all the time. But they can be like 3 to 4 points at a time. It'll take a big news event to really get it moving one way or the other. So let's talk about some of these other stocks here. Facebook, this thing's been resilient. It's like one person says in our chat room, the thing's resilient. Obviously, has a downtrend still in place that it hasn't quite broken through. Has some resistance at this 170, 180 level that it is pushing through today, but it has some moving average resistance at the 50-day that it's trying to push back on. So see how that works. But overall, pretty good solid day for it, particularly considering that the market just isn't going anywhere. Apple, I don't know. I mean, you got some support here at the 190, 191 level. Still not really making a strong definitive move above the 50-day moving average. Overall, though, I think there's a lot of headline risk here with the China tariffs that are in the trade war with China that's going on that can create some problems for this stock. Let's look at Amazon. This is probably the best chart of all of the FAANG stocks. I really like this one a lot. You have some really good consolidation. Hasn't given up any ground in this rally, which not all the stocks can say that this week, but Amazon can. It's trading right at its recent closing highs. That's awesome. It's got the moving averages supporting it underneath with the 5-day, the 50-day moving average. I don't know. I like this one. It's been up, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of the last 9 days. I think it's pretty solid. And then Netflix. Netflix has been very Disney. I think Netflix's pain is Disney's gain right now. And so when you're seeing stocks like Disney just completely move higher and just show a lot of strength, Netflix is doing the exact opposite. And if you look at Netflix, I mean, look at this. Going back to mid-January, this thing's not gone anywhere. This thing is literally traded in a range from pretty much, okay, you can miss this part here in the January 21st or whatever through the 28th. But outside of that, it's been trading from 337 consistently between 337 and about 383. Now there's a trading range there, but you got to wait for it to test something. I mean, I think the 200-day moving average is probably the best way to go, and there's a trade setup right here. 5-day pullback. It's been a pretty solid pullback at that as well, from 367 down to 336. Some people in the splash zone are actually playing this bounce because you can see here it bounced off the 200-day moving average, and then I can move that thing out of the way. Bounced here again, so there's been some support that's lent it to bounce. Most of the time, though, it's happening a little bit above the 200-day moving average. But right now, I think you can trade it. I think you can buy it right now and then put a stop probably below those June 3rd lows. So if you put a stop below 332, buy it now. You can maybe see if it can get up to 364. That's like I don't know. That's $25 to the upside possible, $7 to the downside as a risk. That's more than 3 to 1. I think that's a good trade. Let's look at Google. Always go with GOOGL. I don't really have a reason why I choose GOOGL over GOOG. I just do. You wouldn't think I would because it's an extra letter and I like to not have to type too much, but I do. Google GOOGL. Stochastics look pretty solid on it. I mean, it's still trending higher. It hasn't made the move, and I think a lot of it's because you got all this antitrust talk going on. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's kind of crazy for the Trump administration. I mean, I'm not trying to get political here. I try to keep that off, but I'm just saying from an economic standpoint, I don't know if I would start a trade war with China, threaten one with Mexico, and then start talking about going after Facebook and Google or Amazon. Actually, it was just Amazon and Google for antitrust laws. I think you're starting a war on way too many fronts, and I don't think that's going to help your cause out in trying to get reelected in 2020. But nonetheless, Google, it's consolidated, 5 days in a row here. The internals are pretty good. You can see here again, though, the volume's dropping off. So that's kind of the pattern that we're seeing across the entire market. But I actually think it looks pretty good. Break above that 20-day moving average. Maybe it makes a play for the 200. Maybe even goes as high as the 50-day moving average. But you still have this huge gap going back to, what is that? Late April, 430. Huge gap that hasn't been filled yet. So I think at some point in the future, it is going to fill that. I just don't know when. And then let's look at NVIDIA. Man, I hate playing bounces in semiconductors. They never bounce when you expect it to. And if you try to play the bounce in semiconductor when there's a big market sell off, I think that's even harder too. I mean, you can get a good day like what we saw back on the 4th of June, but overall it's usually problematic. And I mean, look at SMH. I mean, it's down like 2.6%. Avgo, they had bad earnings, down 6.5%. I think that's what's really weighing on tech today. Tech kind of sucks, but overall, I don't know. Maybe it's trying to find its way here in the close. We'll see. Just a real boring market this week. I've made some gains with Roku, with TNA, so we'll see how much more I get out of it here in the week ahead. That's going to do it for today. If you have any questions, feel free hit me an email, ryan@shareplanner.com, or just come to the website and drop me a line. Thank you. Take care. God bless. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel, as well as check out some of these other cool videos that I've done. And if you want to swing trade with me each and every day, you can do so by going to www.shareplanner.com/splash zone. Thanks and happy trading.